Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back in Vibe City, the paradise of the producers. And here we are with another special guest directly from the United States. Cristina
Yes. Hi everyone. Good evening. Nice to meet you. I hope can they hear me? Yeah, I think so.
Colombo. Yeah.
I can hear myself a little bit.
That's the one thing.
Yeah, it's a good sign. It's a good sign. We might have to do a bit of like English-Italian translation here, guys, but he's being a good sport and he's doing the interview in English with me, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks to you for the translation, for the
course.
translation, so I can improve also my English.
Absolutely.
My pronunciation because it's really.
It's okay. It's better than you think.
Okay, thank you. So, Cristina, welcome here, and you're mostly a songwriter.
Yes.
You have a background between Italy and the United States.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about.
Sure, absolutely. So I grew up in the US. I was born in New York, but I basically grew up in Los Angeles. So I spent all of my teenage years in Los Angeles, and that's when I really started getting interested in music, basically. As I'm sure you know, LA has a huge music scene. So my sister and I would always go like to concerts all the time, basically, especially like local bands, so local indie bands, local folk rock bands. We just went all the time, and so we met people. I ended up meeting this very established guitarist who agreed to give me English lessons and to guitar lessons. Sorry, I give English lessons. To give me guitar lessons and to kind of be my mentor. So that's when I started really getting into music, was around when I was 15, living in LA, writing and really learning to play the guitar, which was a big part of learning to write songs, of course.
Sorry, okay, I already giant.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll find the way.
Why did you go to the music? What has been the main reason?
What brought me to do music? I just love music. I mean, I grew up in a house where we always had music on. Like, my parents didn't really have the TV on when we were at home. They had music on, like CDs, vinyls. You know, I also have an older brother and an older sister. I mean, honestly, I grew up listening to Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones were huge. The Rolling Stones were huge in my house. My dad was a huge fan. My sister's a huge fan. I have two older siblings who are both really into music too. So I was also very influenced by. No, actually, just music lovers. Yeah, so I was very influenced by what they were listening to because, you know, my older siblings. So yeah, I just grew up with music around me all the time. And but I didn't really discover that I had this ability, I guess, to write my own music until I was a teenager. And but yeah, it kind of, once I started learning guitar, it came quite naturally, to be honest. I just felt like I had things to say, basically. So I just started writing, and writing lyrics is definitely my favorite part of songwriting. So I just started writing, yeah.
More than writing music is something you're more comfortable with. So.
I mean, they usually come together, like writing the melodies and the lyrics, of course, but writing lyrics is my favorite part. I just love telling the story, you know, since I grew up listening to folk music a lot, you know, it's all about the story of the song. So that's just my favorite part, is writing the story. And then, of course, the melody and the production has to be the right home for the story. And that's what Gianni and I worked on together in the studio, was finding that musical home for these stories. And sorry, to go back to your question about Italy, so I'm half Italian. So my dad's from Rome, and exactly. So for his career, basically, for his work, we were living in the US when I was younger, and that's why I grew up there, basically. But my father's Italian, so I'm half Italian. So that's the link to Italy. But yeah, you know.
There is something about Italian music in your DNA.
I mean, I did also grow up listening to Vasco Rossi, I will say. Vasco was like huge in my house, so I do really love him. I mean, he's, you know, yeah. And Ligabue. Yeah, in terms of like Italian artists, yes. I mean, it was what my dad was listening to be honest. And then for me it was more like obviously English speaking artists, because that's where I was, so that was my environment. And yeah, so it kind of just all started there, and then it developed more as I grew up. I mean, I took a bit of a break at some point just because life, you know, work and other things that get in the way of what we actually want to do. And then you know, that's just how it is for a lot of people. So I wasn't like writing or doing music for quite a long time. And then during the pandemic, when everything kind of slowed down, I started writing again. And I realized, like, and this was like many years later. I mean, I was 15 quite a long time ago, believe it or not. You know, so yeah, and then I really started writing as an adult who has had a lot of experiences in my life. And I was like, wow, I actually have a lot to say. I have a lot, and so it just kind of all started coming out.
During this period of the pandemic, you had the way to express everything that
Yeah.
inside of you doing on the writing.
Yes, something about like the world slowing down. I think a lot of people tapped into their creativity a lot more, and so for me, it's always been music for me, and so. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was very conducive to songwriting. And so a lot of the songs on my album I wrote back then, maybe like half of them or a bit more, just acoustic guitar and that's it. Like, just, you know.
Something that has come pretty natural.
Yeah, it has for me. I've never formally studied songwriting. So I've never formally studied like music theory. Like I said, I did have this mentor when I was a teenager who helped me learn guitar, how to play the guitar. But when it comes to songwriting, that's just something I tried to do, and I was like, oh, I like this, and you know, and yeah, and then I met Johnny Herrera, who's my producer for my first album. I met him. Yeah, he's here. He's here. Oh, we can see his hand actually right there. So, yeah, so I met him here in Rome, and with him, basically, we were kind of able to take what I was doing to the next level, because, of course, he has experience with producing the song,
yes,
creating the arrangement, adding in all the other instrumentation, and those were things that I wouldn't have been able to do on my own.
Yes.
You know, so...
We had the chance to speak about that, about the role of the producer.
Yes,
during, all
exactly. So that's
yeah.
something that I really learned from him, is how... Because obviously I love like acoustic music as well. I told you, I grew up listening to Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Like, I'm quite happy with voice and guitar as long as it's good songwriting, you know? But yeah, Johnny taught me a lot about how to like take that and make it into something bigger.
Yeah.
And
to reach the full expression of the songs.
Yeah, and because I love rock music too. I love full band music and the sound that comes from that, you know. So it was really cool to see those songs that I just like did on the acoustic guitar, like what they became in the studio with Johnny. That was really awesome. So I'm really proud of the result.
But besides the fact that you are mostly a solo writer, okay?
Yes, yeah.
And do you prefer the approach with the band, maybe also to write also the songs with the band, or it's something so intimate to you that you have to stay on yourself on the writing?
Yeah,
what do you prefer?
It's a good question. I've never written a song with a band. Okay. I've only ever done it by myself. Like, the closest I came to doing it like was in studio with Johnny, where like I would bring in the song, I would play it for him on the guitar.
That's like a one-man band, no? Because
yeah,
you have the producer.
Yeah, and then he would maybe be like, well, let's change this a little bit, and you know, so that was the closest I ever came to like writing a song with someone, I suppose, you know. I've never written a song together with a band, so I just don't have that experience. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm definitely not against trying it.
Yeah, it's something that you are maybe curious about.
I mean, I am, like you said, I'm a solo artist, so I think if I got to the point where I had a band that I like really felt comfortable with and where there was a good vibe, then why not, you know? But yeah, it would have to be the right...
Yeah, because maybe you have that kind of wall of sound that maybe makes you able to write also different kind of songs.
Absolutely.
Because,
yeah, that's very true.
I understand that as a producer, I understand that the sounds also dictate a lot the way you write something.
Very
that,
true.
yeah, with a
Yeah.
kind of sound, maybe you comes to some kind of notes, some kind of lyrics.
Yes.
But you can also totally overcome that with another kind of sound, something maybe smoother, something more distorted. Okay.
Yeah, that's extremely true. And like a lot of my songs are quite like introspective and everything. There's one song on my album, it's called What a Bitch, that we're gonna listen to after.
Or
Maybe this is a good time to
Yeah.
listen to it now.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I was just gonna say this was a song that came about when I was already midway through the album with Gianni.
yeah.
And I don't think I would have written this song if we weren't already in that like flow of making these rock songs, like,
Okay.
you know, because he said to me, he's like, I want you to write a song about what really makes you angry. And, you know, it kind of already started with this like more aggressive vibe than what I'm
Okay.
used to. And I really like the result. It's very, I don't know, for me, it's very like Alanis Morissette inspired. I grew up in the
Okay.
90s, so I love Alanis Morissette. And sorry, I don't know if I'm talking too much, but
No.
you're ready to
talking
play it?
No. Of course, yeah. It's a perfect stream of consciousness. Okay.
Yeah. So that's What a Bitch. So we can listen.
Okay. Let's give it a shot. Oh, just a second because we have some trouble with him. Okay. Oh.
I love to contemplate the times I've been a bitch.
So many times.
Yeah, you called me that. Don't you remember it? It happened every time that I called bullshit. You've gotten so used to me accepting all your shit. Your nicely crafted and self-serving little world was good enough for me, 'cause I was just a girl, right? Ha. Your earnest lies, eventually they did the trick. I called you out and there you go, I'm just a bitch. It's hard to swallow when you're choking on this pill. What a bitch, yeah, what a bitch. To have a brain and not be afraid to use it. What a bitch, yeah, what a bitch. Manipulate and do your utmost to abuse it. What a bitch, yeah, what a bitch. Your world is perfect and me, I am just a bitch. Yeah, I still contemplate the times you would decide to lie straight through your teeth and then to run it high. And God forbid, should I put two and two together? No, God forbid, should you be anything but clever? Now let's try again, do you remember what you said? What a bitch, yeah, what a bitch. To have a brain and not be afraid to use it. What a bitch, yeah, what a bitch. Manipulate and do your utmost to abuse it. What a bitch, yeah, what a bitch. Your world is perfect and me, I am just a bitch. At this point, I know I'm on the right track. Precisely when you go and call me that, it means you fear for your tiny little world, which I see through, even though I'm just a girl. What a bitch, yeah, what a bitch. What a bitch, yeah, what a bitch. Manipulate and do your utmost to abuse it. Your world is perfect and me, I am just a bitch.
Ok, there we are.
Yeah.
Prendi il telefono. Ok, perfect. Music, and there we are back. Okay. Nice, really nice.
So that's what a bitch. Yeah.
I could totally groove on that song because
I'm glad.
About the sounds, about the way of writing. It resembled me also a lot of. There is like an approach between what the American rock used to be, and also a most modern one.
Yeah.
Because also on the sounds, I could also resemble something like Royal Blood or there was another. Nothing But Thieves also.
Okay,
those
interesting.
Kind of sounds,
I hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
Because I could resemble about all the sounds, all the way you sang all the song, and so tell me more about the writing. What has come?
Sure. Yeah. So this was one of the songs that I, like I said. So I actually wrote this song when we were about halfway through making the album already. And we had kind of figured out my sound a little bit. We liked, Gianni and I really liked this kind of early 2000s reminiscent sound, which is when I grew up. So I am very influenced by the music from that time. Alanis Morissette was like a really big one for me, but also like Sheryl Crow, Shania Twain, more of the country rock, which you don't really get from this song, but in other songs on the album there is. And so he basically said to me, like, I want you to write a song, like we're gonna do a rock song where like I really want you to be angry.
Yeah.
So like write about what makes you angry. So the song is called What a Bitch, which is funny if you just see the title because it sounds like I'm calling someone a bitch.
Yeah.
But that's not at all what I'm doing in this song. It's very sarcastic. I'm basically like reclaiming the word and saying like, yeah, you're right, I'm a bitch. You called me a bitch.
Okay.
I am a bitch. I'm a bitch because I realized that you were treating me badly, or I'm a bitch because I realized that you were wrong, So it's this idea that women get called bitches.
Yes.
When they are simply just being smart, or like when they have a strong character, or when they're leaders, or it can be anything. So I'm kind of just commenting on that.
Pretty much sexist, no? Because I could
exactly
something that we could see also by the storytelling of the video. Because
I'm glad,
but
that was very intentional.
Yeah, you could perfectly resemble, but about also
he's
the guy staying in front of you, totally, yeah.
So the idea is it's kind of this toxic relationship, where the guy is literally calling me a bitch, but also, there's this
doing some kind of
bad
gaslighting.
Dynamic.
So
That's exactly right. Gaslighting. And I'm calling him out. Basically, I'm saying like, I know that this is going on, whatever it might be, without being too literal, but so the idea is I'm very sarcastic in this song. If you listen to the words, it's extreme like sarcasm, and
but there is also some pride. In
absolutely,
your
like
right?
you know what, I'm a bitch, and I'm proud to be a bitch. If this is if all these things make me a bitch,
so you're
then I am one,
yeah.
and it's fine by me, So that was kind of the way that I decided to approach that topic,
There has been some kind of experience that made you write this song, or something that
unfortunately yes, there has. All of my songs are very much like from personal experience. I think most women probably have been through a similar thing, so definitely it's inspired by things that I've been through in the past, and experiences that maybe took me a while to really process and understand what was happening. And now that I, with the distance of time, I was able to write this song because I realized what was actually happening in those situations.
Something you had to interiorizzare.
Exactly. I had to process it, and I had to, sometimes you just need time to figure it out. And
that's also the power of the songwriting, right?
Yes.
Because you can put out a lot of things that maybe can find another way to express.
Totally.
And also you can send a message to the other one, and also to other women, to the girls that find themselves in the same kind of situation.
That's exactly it. Like I want this to be like an anthem, for women. Like, I am a bitch. What a bitch, Like that's kind of the purpose of it. I want it to be this empowering anthem, And obviously, I'm speaking more about the female experience because I'm a woman, and also bitch is usually used to degrade women. But
Yeah,
you know,
of
it
course.
happens to other people too, not just women. But I mean, I can only speak from my experience, so that's why I'm
but it's
focusing on that.
something, yes, yes, of course, it's something
You know?
that it's more relatable to sexism. So
Yes.
yes, of
Yes.
course, something that's pretty much bad, indeed.
I mean, yeah, in pretty much every context, it's
about
not
the
good.
video, how did you come up with the idea of the video? And,
So me
what
and
did
the director, the director's name is Lorenzo Tallone. So I met
Okay.
him here in Rome.
we
He's-
say hi to him?
Yeah, Lorenzo, ciao. He's extremely talented. He has a very interesting eye for things. And we came up with this idea together. I wanted to have like an antagonist who's the guy in the video who's my friend,
the one who is
Gianluca.
sitting in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
In this video, he was not your friend.
No, he was not
but-
my friend, but in real life he is my friend, and he agreed to be in the video, which was nice, and we had a lot of fun doing this arguing
Yeah.
scene. It was very funny. But yeah, so I wanted to have this antagonist where we're having an argument. And then the idea was that, you know, we're arguing and there's this tension between us. And then I'm kind of like, you know what, like, screw this. I'm going to go on the stage and start singing and basically call you out in front of all these people. And
Yeah.
they're all going to see what's going on and they're going to turn against you. And then they kick him out of the bar towards the end, you know?
Yeah,
So it's kind of like fun and playful as well. It's not, I didn't want it to be super serious and depressing because the song is already quite intense.
Yes.
So I didn't want the video to also be like really intense. I wanted it to be kind of fun as well, you know, so the setting of this bar and me just kind of like having fun singing on stage and people vibing with the music. I wanted that to happen as well.
Because
Yeah.
you have also to have an different kind of approach to some kind of maybe arguments topic to also get through the heart of the people, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if maybe you are too much serious, mostly during this period of time, if
Yeah.
you are too much serious, no one take you seriously. Yeah,
It's
everyone
true.
needs always the funny side, even if maybe it's not the right way to express, because some kind of topic are something that is pretty much an issue, okay, during these days. But you have also always to approach in a different way, no? Because
Yeah.
no one, it's like we are not more used to something that is too much heavy, too much serio, okay?
Yeah, too serious.
Too serious.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that like the song is like quite serious and aggressive, and just the fact that I repeat the word bitch a lot, you know, like I was like, I don't want the video to also be really aggressive in that way, you know.
Yeah.
Like there was this idea to have in the video this like intense scene between me and the antagonist, but I didn't want that to be the focus. I wanted
Yeah.
the focus to be like me reclaiming my power, which
Yes.
is represented by me going up on stage and singing the song and then him getting kicked out, but it's in more of like a fun
Okay.
way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
totally,
like
yes.
what you were saying as well, I think that's also what people want to also have something like, I think people relate more to this being empowered
Yes.
theme rather than just focusing on like the, I don't know, the heavy
Yeah,
side of
they
the topic.
decided.
if
Yeah,
that makes sense.
because they used to discard this kind of feelings, you know, because
Yeah.
we are like in the social media era, so
Yes.
we like are. I don't know how to say in English, I'll try in Italian.
It's
so.
okay.
Noi siamo a una scrollata, a un
Yeah.
pollice di distanza rispetto a un bel sentimento, rispetto a un brutto sentimento. So
Yeah.
if we feel so much heavy, okay, we just scroll down. There is no.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's easy to avoid those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
yeah.
the point. Yeah.
Exactly. So
Much easier.
so I'm really happy with how it turned out, actually. I really like that song. It's not like my typical genre of music. Like I'm a folk
Yeah. More,
girl
okay.
through and through. So but like Johnny really helped me to bring out this more like rock side.
Yeah,
And-
wonderful arrangement also. Because,
Oh yeah, well
of
that's
course,
yeah,
compliment
that's
because
thanks to them.
Mostly
That's
also
his work.
Mostly also the sounds, because as I said, it's not so easy to make something that resembles so much the rock music, something
Yes.
that has been in the past, okay?
Yeah.
But put it in a modern era, okay?
Yeah, that's a
But
very good point.
I could rotate the example. It's something because I as you could see off camera, I had an exclamation when I listened to the solo because that kind
Yeah.
of sound.
Yeah, you really like. Yeah. No,
yeah,
there's some
I
really
really
nice
enjoy
guitar
it.
work in this song. It's really like guitar, which I love
Yes.
as well. Like I love electric guitar, heavy rock songs and stuff. So I do love
Something
that.
that resembles also about your parents and when you were listening to this kind of musicals when you were a child,
Yeah. Well, we have the Stones on all the time, but you know they're more kind of like bluesy rock and that kind of thing. So it's still a little bit different.
Yeah.
that-
Talking about the sound. So
Yeah,
mostly,
yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's kind of.
Exactly. Yeah, but yeah. So I'm really happy with how this song turned out, and you can listen to it on Spotify now.
Yes.
So
Need shout out
anyone
also
wants
to
to.
the album because we are talking of course about the album and it has been now released on Spotify and ok anyone can listen to it. Possiamo chiudere Spotify applicazione per favore? Grazie, ok, è comparsa da quest'altra parte. So You and Me. Also, now I can get the topic, okay, now?
Sure.
And about the name of the album.
Yeah.
You and Me.
Yeah.
Why that kind of name?
Okay, so basically the first song that I wrote was the song You and Me. Okay, which is the first song on the album, and we also have the video for that, so we're probably gonna see that in a short while.
Yes.
And so that was like the first song that I wrote during that pandemic period that I was telling you about, when I really started like discovering songwriting again after a long hiatus. And that song is very nostalgic. It's basically about how we interpret our memories, and you know the different versions of ourselves that exist. Okay, without getting too like vague and abstract, but
maybe it's something. It's a concept. I don't know if I watched some kind of video that made a similar concept.
Yeah.
It was speaking about the difference between having the same the same memories, but from a different point of
perspective. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's
Exactly
yeah.
that.
No, that's one of the points of what I'm trying to say here. Like the song and the album literally starts with like this question: how many versions exist of me?
Okay.
So I was thinking about the fact, like,
So you and me, it's you and yourself, you and
me and myself, me and other people. You know, it's through the lens of relationships I've had, experiences I've had, and how I'm reflecting on the fact that there's so many different versions of me that exist in the eyes of other people, in my own memories, and vice versa. There's different versions of the people that I have known in my life that exist within me, and so it kind of started with me just talking
it's
about
like a
that.
story about connections, about
about connections, about just how we experience our memories, and how that influences who we are, and what we take into like our relationships with people. You know, the experiences from our past, how that influences how we see other people.
Yes.
And how they see us. So anyway, it started with this concept, and then the album basically became all these different versions of me that I'm singing about. Like, what a bitch, that's one version of me.
Okay.
You know, then there's another song called Pretty Thing, which is maybe a more like wistful and dreamy version of me. And so that's kind of why I chose to call the album You and Me, because I feel like that's really the theme of the album, is like...
Also the main, il motto dell'album, the main, I don't know how to say, ok, proverò in italiano.
Sì, vai.
Come sempre. È diciamo il modo dell'album. Se non ci fosse stata quella canzone, if there hasn't been this song, non ci sarebbe stato un album.
I really don't think so. No, it all started with that one song, and that's the first song I worked on with Gianni too. When the first time I met him, that was the first song I showed him, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do this one." So everything kind of came from You and Me. You and Me was like extremely important, and I just think it's a general enough title to kind of represent what I'm talking about, but it's also a little bit romantic, you know, like You and Me, or it's a little bit. It's unclear.
There are different points of view.
Yeah.
Okay. Depending
it's
on
unclear.
maybe also what the listener want to hear. Okay.
Exactly.
that's
It's up to interpretation.
That's the most magic point of the music, also because if you can put in the word a piece of art, whatever it is, maybe it could be music, it could be sculpture, it could be painting,
Yep.
and if you can make it like interpretable, I guess is the right word.
Yep.
Okay, I guess it's a winning as an artist, no? Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because anyone can see with their eyes your kind of work, and can see another story, maybe
Exactly.
something that resembles them.
That's the wonderful thing about music, is we all see ourselves in the music, you know? So like
Yes.
maybe the person who wrote it had one idea of what they were talking about, but the listener understands something completely different. They take something different from it, you know? So that's the amazing thing about music, and that's why I love like writing songs, because maybe for me it means something, but maybe for someone else like it's just as meaningful to them, but for a different reason.
Yes.
And so that's what kind of You and Me is. You and Me is just a collection of all these different versions of myself, and hopefully of other people. Hopefully people see different versions of themselves in the songs too.
That's the most wonderful message you can send with an album.
I hope so. Yeah.
Really. Before seeing the video of You and Me,
Yep.
I had also another question, because as we were talking about What a Beach, and we are talking also about the fact that this kind of song maybe could help, and maybe not help, but there are some other girls, some other women that can see them in that kind of song, and maybe take also the strength to face some kind of situation.
Yeah.
With your music, what is your main goal in the society? Is you want also to face some kind of argumentation? You want to also be socially active, or is something you do more for your way of expression, yourself?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I mean, with this song specifically, I wasn't like specifically trying to confront the topic of like toxic relationships or anything like that. It just came naturally. So I wouldn't say I'm specifically seeking out like those types of topics. I would say I think it's wonderful if I'm able to write a song that feels authentic to me, that explores those topics. I think that that's great. But What a Bitch is very authentic to me because I've had that experience. So that's why it came about.
It had more realism.
Yeah,
Right?
because it's not like I was trying to think, I wonder how a woman would feel like if she was called a bitch. Like it's like, no, I've been through this, so I know exactly how it feels. And I know from speaking to other women how they feel. So for me, it's connection, I think would be my answer. My simple answer to your question is music is like connection. So if someone can just listen to one of my songs and really relate to it, or it really makes them feel seen and understood, I think that's the best, because I love listening to music that makes me feel seen and understood. So I think that's that connection.
And maybe by feeling that kind of also emotion by yourself, you can also enter in connection with other people that may feel the same kind of emotions, right?
Exactly. And I can only really express that in like writing a song.
Okay.
I can't necessarily express that same emotion just by, I don't know, having a conversation with someone. Like, yeah, it's... So for me, I think it's really connection. Yeah, connection. It's an expression as well, but it's not.
But without connection, there is an expression.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, there's no point me expressing myself if people aren't connecting with what I'm saying. Like, we make music so other people will listen to it. That's just the truth. Like, whoever says the contrary, it's just, So so I want people to be able to relate and to find something of themselves in it. That's, I think, the best thing.
Really, really wonderful.
It's the magic of music.
The magic of music, yes. Yeah. It's like the main topic, the leitmotiv of this interview, or the magic of music.
Absolutely. I mean, music is magic. What can we say?
Yes. So, speaking about also the album, we want also to see now You and Me, the video clip, if it's everything fine behind. Oh yeah, perfect. So for anyone also who is connecting right now, this is Vibe City and this is Cristina Colombo. We are going to see You and Me, another extract of her album, the title track of the album, You and Me. So the most important, the one who made everything come true.
Absolutely.
So let's go.
How many versions exist of me? Would I recognize the me you'll see? Would I greet her like an old friend or family? Or would she feel like a stranger I don't want to meet? I've met 2 or 3 different versions of you, and I got a friend who's met a few too. Love, hope, and haziness made you brand new. Chose my favorite version and I called it you. You and me, a clashing of pictures and fantasy. Me and you, adjusting the lens that they see us through. We sift through these photos and memories. Chose my favorite version and I called it you. You and how many versions exist of me? Would I recognize the me you'll see? Would I greet her like an old friend or family? Or would she feel like a stranger I don't want to meet? I've met 2 or 3 different versions of you, and I got a friend who's met a few too. Love, hope, and haziness made you brand new. Chose my favorite version and I called it you. You and me, a clashing of pictures and fantasy. Me and you, adjusting the lens that they see us through. We sift through these photos and memories. To see me and you, adjusting the lens that they see us through. We sift through these photos and memories. Of pictures and fantasy. Me and you, adjusting the lens that they see us through. We sift through these photos and memories.
Vabbè,
Ok.
mi spiace.
Purtroppo infatti la metto di qua da questa parte. Ok, ci siamo? Oh, ok, grazie. Thank you. Okay, we had some trouble with the video because maybe because of the sides and we had some problem, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's okay.
But it's a good reason to follow Cristina and wait for the
Yeah,
release.
I was gonna say hopefully it's a motivation to wait for the official release.
Maybe also maybe we can try also to upload again on the Chrome tab maybe. Prova. Also they are saying yeah. We converted in English the whole suite.
Yeah, I'm not so good with these IT type of things. I'm sorry. I can't be of more
don't
help
worry.
with that.
No, it's perfectly fine. You can happens, but we can try to resolve meanwhile. Musica, per favore, because so we can start to speak. A totally different song, anyway.
Yeah,
okay?
completely different.
Yeah, maybe we want also to listen on Spotify, so we can talk about the song.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, let's go on Spotify, so we can at least listen to the song. Yeah, because it was really interesting because totally different.
It's completely
mode,
different.
okay?
This is like more my comfortable genre is this more kind of folk inspired.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's other instrumentation, of course, but it's very like guitar. It's that kind of feeling and acoustic guitar, and you know, then of course when we recorded it in studio, there's more production around it. But yeah, it's a different type of song.
Yeah, but mostly we can listen to the core of the song, right?
Yes.
Voice, guitar, you can feel it, okay? Because it's like again something really intimate.
Yes.
You can totally listen to you are singing to yourself.
Yes.
And,
yeah. This is it's a very, I think of it as like a very nostalgic kind of song a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a bit dreamy, it's a bit nostalgic. And it's like I said before, it's me reflecting on this concept that I have all these different versions of myself and different versions of the people around me in my own mind as well. And what does that mean? Like, we don't really have control over how other people view us because we all view each other through our own lens. So it's kind of just a reflection on that, to be honest.
Also, we show to the other people mostly as we want also to be shown sometimes, other times their way to see the things totally influence.
Yes, influence. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, totally influence the way they see us, right?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. It's like, we have our own lens. So in the video I'm going around with this camera, but it's like metaphorical. We each have this metaphorical lens that's built by our own experiences, our own traumas, our own suffering, our own everything we've been through in life, and that influences how we view other people and how we view ourselves and how we view situations.
Yes.
The perspective of a situation, and maybe that changes over time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what happened with like this, the creation of the song "What a Bitch," that it took me time to eventually see that situation for what it really was. So it kind of all ties together, the theme.
And what do you think about or maybe because I had now another interesting question, I guess. Okay, what do you think about the changes, about the way we change during time? It's something that is mostly something good, something bad. Are you maybe also scared about changes, or is something that you welcome perfectly because it's something that renews you, right?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think for me it's just something I've been very used to in my life because I've moved around a lot since I was a child.
Yeah.
So like every few years we would move
coast to coast, continent to continent.
Yeah, like we would move to it. I was always like every few years I was like the new kid in school, and I had to make brand new friends. And so I was very used to having to kind of like reinvent myself very often, but like in a subconscious way, because I was a kid, I didn't know I was doing it. But I would always kind of like reinvent myself and try and fit in with my peers. And So this, I don't know, it's probably from all of those experiences, that's how I started thinking about this concept. And I don't think it's necessarily, I definitely don't think it's bad unless you become, I don't know, a horrible person. I don't know.
Yes, of course.
But in general, I think it's not, it just is. Like, I think in life we should change and we should reinvent ourselves. And we have every right to do that. And it's not something to be scared of. And I think it's mostly positive for sure.
Yeah, something that is pretty much natural also, no? Because
It should be.
All the experience you make,
You change over
good with
time.
the band, unfortunately, but they move. They I don't know how to say also in English. Squato, no? They move you from the inside. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they change you from inside.
Change you from the inside.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I'm not familiar with that word you just used in Italian, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know that word. Yeah, exactly. So for me, it's just from my experience. Like I always had to kind of like adapt to new situations as I was growing up. And I mean, it's a wonderful thing. It was also quite difficult. Yeah, so I think it's mostly natural. It's a natural process in life, or it should be.
Yeah, it should be, because sometimes is something that is also not dependent from us, because speaking about the trauma, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there are some people that change totally drastically because of trauma and not because of good experience and so.
Exactly. So that would be an example where it's not a good thing, of course. And we all have our own traumas in different ways, so I suppose it's just how we kind of find a way to live with them and to exist alongside them, because they never go away. But yeah, and that really influences our relationship with ourselves and with other people.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so that's a big one.
Yeah, and it's up to us to make them a good weapon on us. Okay.
A good what? Sorry, I didn't understand.
Weapon.
A weapon.
Weapon.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
No, I just genuinely didn't understand.
I told you my pronunciation is really, really bad, because sometimes I just I create some kind of words.
It's a weird word that's spelled in a weird way in English, so it's not your fault. Yeah, exactly. How do we? But it's hard. I mean, right? Everyone's situation is different, so it's difficult. But yeah, so more broadly, the song is just me reflecting on how all those things influence who we are. And how we move through the world.
And so let's go to listen to them, because we made also a wonderful introduction to the song.
I think so, right? Yeah.
Okay, You and Me by Cristina Colombo.
How many versions exist of me? Would I recognize the me you'll see? Would I greet her like an old friend or family? Or would she feel like a stranger I don't want to meet? I've met 2 or 3 different versions of you, and I got a friend who's met a few too. Love, hope, and haziness made you brand new. Chose my favorite version and I called it you. You and me, a clashing of pictures and fantasy. Me and you, adjusting the lens that they see us through. We sift through these photos and memories. Comfort and sorrow we choose as we please. You'll take the me that best suits your needs, and I'll pick the you toward which my heart leads. You and me, a mixture of fog and clarity. Me and you, shadows inside obstructing the view. You and me, an illusion we call reality. Me and Versions of us wherever we go. Versions of us that we'll never know. You and me, a clashing of pictures in fantasy. Me and you, adjusting the lens that they see us through. You and me, a confusion of dreams and history. Me and you, we can't choose the lens that they see us through.
Really, yeah, there we are. Yes, really nice. Really
Thank
nice
you.
song. And,
Thank you. Very different from What a Bitch, right?
Totally different. Yeah, totally different.
Different world.
As we were saying, it has been today a different kind of dimension. So today much more with much more intimacy.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So now I got also another question, because both of the songs were produced by Gianni.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. The whole album by Gianni. Yeah.
The whole album.
Yep.
So there were some totally different environment, okay, all around the song.
Yeah.
So how did you approach with Gianni on the production of the song? So how did you decide, okay, now we want this kind of sounds, now we want another kind of sounds, in something that you had in your mind when you wrote the song, or something that you both came up during the production?
Yeah, so basically, because especially this song, this just started with me guitar. I just came in, I played it for him basically at the studio. And I would say that the production usually started with me explaining to him what the song was about. So I would basically just translate the entire song to Gianni in Italian. I would explain to him what it was about, and that would at least help him understand like what I was trying to say, you know? So what am I trying to express in this song, basically? It all started from there. It all started from the lyrics, basically. Okay. And then we would slowly build the world in the studio together. Yeah. Exactly. So, of course, I did rely a lot on his experience, especially initially when it comes to just all the, adding in different instrumentation, adding in harmonies, which was super fun. I love harmonizing. I'd never done that before.
Okay.
So those things we kind of decided together just in the studio, basically based on what the mood of the song was.
Okay.
We would decide, let's add in some electric guitar, or if it's sound effects or whatever it might be. But it all started from the story of the song and the lyrics.
Okay, so so you have something pretty much clear in the mind, also about the instruments. Also, you want to put on them.
To be honest, not necessarily.
Okay.
No, not necessarily, because since I only play guitar, and I'm so used to just playing acoustic guitar.
Okay, so
I play electric too.
Okay.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I was saying that so you have more, as we said during the interview, a more voice and guitar approach. So.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So that's just kind of the nucleus of the song for me. So I would come to him and just be like, this is what I wrote, this is what it's about, this is the mood of the song, and then it would just kind of grow from there.
Okay.
So I didn't necessarily, I remember you and me, I did want it to be quite guitar heavy. At some point we added a bit more piano, and then we took it out because that wasn't really the vibe that I wanted. Okay. There's another song on the album called Getting Out. I don't think we're going to listen to it now, but that's a very kind of somber song, and there it was Gianni suggested to put in piano, because that gave it more of this kind of eerie ballad kind of feel. So it really it was very spontaneous in the studio.
Okay,
basically.
Pretty much natural.
Okay. I was very open to what he was suggesting to me, so I didn't go in and say I definitely want this instrumentation or whatever. I was extremely open, and for me it was just important that the story of the song shone through.
Yeah.
That was the main thing.
The way of the realization, concretization.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Better word. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So that was basically it, and it was such a fun process. It was very new for
Yes.
me. I had never done that before. Like I had recorded.
It is your totally first experience of
like
this kind.
fully producing a song, songs in the studio with a
Okay.
producer with full instrumentation. Yes. So I've been in studios before where I've just kind of recorded my songs in acoustic versions, and I've shared
in
those.
America, right?
Yeah, in America also. I lived in Amsterdam for a while, so I did some of it there.
Also in Amsterdam. So,
I lived there, yeah.
You're like traveled the whole
Yeah,
world.
it's I don't know. It's kind of just yeah. I was in Amsterdam for quite a while. Also a really nice music city, actually. A lot of good gigs there.
Which because I know there is a famous electronic festival in Amsterdam, Amsterdam Dance.
Yes. Yeah. You're right. I almost forgot about it, but it's super famous. Yeah, I've actually been to it. I mean, it's not really my favorite style of music, but it's very big. That festival.
It's one of the if there is a reason for the electronic musician from America to come in Europe, it has been like named. Not
I know which one you mean, but I'm Amsterdam Dance Event, ADE. Yes. Amsterdam Dance Event.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I had friends who loved that festival, and I went a couple times myself.
Okay.
Also a great music city. So. Yeah, but so back to what we were saying before, like the times that I had recorded music, it was always the acoustic version. So this was new for me.
Okay.
It was a new experience, yeah.
And also about the production, there has been some. This is one of my main question. Okay, about Vibe City, because I know that during the session, always as a producer, there are some kind of a funny part of this kind of recording. So something that is has been really really important. No, like an epiphany during the recording, something that hit you really in a good way. Okay, so there which are let's see, because you maybe if it has been only a song, I will ask you maybe one thing. Okay, but your top three things.
Wow, three. Gosh, now I have to think. Okay, I'll can I just say one for now? So there's a song on my album. It's called "Ain't Broke," and it's like a country rock song. And so when we were recording that, there was Gianni and there was like the sound engineer who works in the studio.
Yeah.
And they were kind of, as I was like recording the vocals, they were like, no, but you have to like do it more with attitude because it's like such a country. Like they were like, think of Sheryl Crow and all this stuff. And so I was really like performing this song and getting really into it. And so at the end of the recording, I just burst out laughing, and they actually left that in the song. So at the end of the song, there's just like me laughing because we just thought it was funny, and it kind of matches the mood of the song. So that was a fun moment. I don't know if that's what you were looking for, but
mostly this.
It was like a spontaneous thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like epiphany. I wouldn't really say I had any like epiphanies, because the whole process was like full of small little moments of learning. And
something that maybe qualcosa che ti ha colpito. Okay, something
that really struck me.
Yeah.
I think just how we were able. I mean, maybe it's a bit of a general answer, but just how we were able to take these like acoustic songs and make them into something so much bigger with all of the other elements. Like I just learned a lot. I learned a lot about also my abilities, like what I can actually do, and like push myself out of my comfort zone. Because I was
something
always...
that it's really, really important for an artist, right?
Totally. Yeah. So a song like What a Bitch is an example of that. I didn't think of myself as like a rock singer, And I mean, I would definitely say my genre is like pop rock. So I think that's something that really struck me, was that I'm capable of doing that. And it works well, and it actually does feel like authentic. It doesn't feel like I'm trying too hard either, so I would say that mainly.
Okay, so it's è più che sufficiente. It's right the good.
More than enough.
More than enough. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's more than enough because as you said, pulling out from the comfort zone is something that it's talking about also the changes okay, that
Yeah.
you're talking about. It's
Yeah.
something that also make you makes an improvement in your way of being an artist and your way of expression.
Totally.
Yeah, so something really, 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 really important. But I'm
Totally.
also most curious of to listen to the song you were talking about.
Oh, Ain't Broke?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really fun song.
Ok, vai, mettiamola.
It's track 3 on the album.
Ok. Because also, as you said, this is your kind of background, right?
This is like very kind of like country rock inspired. Like the guitars, you can really sense that vibe, and also in like how I wrote the song, like the storytelling. It's very kind of like playful, and a bit cheeky, and like fun.
Cheeky?
Cheeky is like sfacciata.
Sfacciata, sì.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
It's
okay.
a little bit cheeky, but it's also like talking about a very like real topic or a real experience that I think people can relate to as well. So
Again, also there is a social approach, a way of connect also.
not,
with
I wouldn't
people.
say it like not in the sense of what a bitch.
Okay.
Like, so in English we have this expression, okay? If it
Okay.
ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
If it ain't broke,
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like se non
okay.
è rotto,
Se non è rotto,
non ripararlo,
non
you know?
ripararlo.
Like in
Yeah.
other words, if something is working, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know? So this song is basically me kind of turning that expression around and saying like, yeah, it ain't broke, but I still want to fix it.
Ok.
So basically it's just about how like we can get stuck in like the routine of our lives and we get too comfortable. And that's not necessarily a good thing. Like just because it's working for me doesn't mean that I don't want something better or
Yes.
something more.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So
yeah.
that's what the song's basically about.
Okay. Perfect.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So-
yeah, no, yeah, I don't understand. Okay. So let's hear the song and let's go.
I heard if it ain't broke, then you shouldn't fix it. But just 'cause it ain't broke, don't mean it still works. Been wearing these same clothes, I mean, they still fit me. But they were bought by someone I don't know anymore. Fix it, I wanna fix it. Yeah, I know that it ain't broke, but I'm gonna fix it. Yeah, fix it. It's time to fix it. Oh, sometimes it ain't broke, but you still gotta fix it. Spending time with you is like a warm blanket. It feels good, but I may suffocate before too long. I've been walking these same streets for all of these years now. Oh, I know my way, but how I long to get lost. Yeah, fix it. I wanna fix it. Yeah, I know that it ain't broke, but I'm gonna fix it. I'll fix it. It's time to fix it. Yeah, sometimes it ain't broke, but you still gotta fix it. Time has passed, it's gotten dusty and worn out. The rust has settled in, the shine has long gone. Still running fine, but fine is not good enough. Good enough. Oh, it's time to replace what I know with something I wanna get to know. Fix it. Woo! Fix it. It's time to fix it. Yeah, sometimes it ain't broke, but you still gotta fix it. Fix it. I wanna fix it. Yeah, I know that it ain't broke, but I still wanna fix it. Fix it. It's time to fix it. Yeah, Sometimes it ain't broke, but you still gotta fix it. Oh, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna fix it.
Quando ho riso spontaneamente.
Okay,
Yeah.
now behind the.
See, and it's so they were like, let's just leave it in because it was spontaneous and it matches the song.
Yeah.
You know, but it was just
Yeah, they
it just
will
happened.
sing. Yeah, because like we were saying off camera, it has been a totally different approach. Okay.
Yeah.
But in all the songs, because you had in a song you had a kind of approach, and in another style of sing.
Yep.
Yeah, totally different. And I could listen also that you were really a lot enjoying this kind.
I
of
love
song.
this song so much. Yeah, it was so much fun to sing it. Yeah, I think also like what you notice about the different styles of singing, it's also like I'm still finding my sound. I mean, it's my first album, so I'm exploring different things and still finding like all of these feel very authentic to me.
Yes.
But you know, it's kind of like an exploration of different genres and different ways of singing and stuff, and you know, but they all have a common thread. I mean,
Yes.
it's a pop rock album, and I
but
think that.
but you had a way to explore anything you wanted to. Okay.
Yeah.
So there are something that maybe you want to explore even better about yourself, about your way of express yourself. So maybe something that you want to approach more also on other albums and other works, or something that you want to do. Okay, I take another. Riformulo la domanda.
Okay.
Perfetto.
Yeah.
Okay, as you explored everything in this kind of album, okay, in as you said, pop rock, of course,
Yeah.
but in all different point of view of this
Yep.
of this pop rock, there has been something that you want also to explore even better with other works. You will have something maybe that you said, oh no, I like you said with the piano, no? Okay, there is also
Yes.
song with the piano.
Yes,
Maybe
more like ballads. Yeah.
Yes, something maybe that you said to yourself, nah, I won't never make a ballad, but when you made it, you want to also to explore even more.
Yeah, I did enjoy making those ballads as
Okay.
well, and I mean,
Musica per favore? Grazie.
I've thought several times like it'd be cool to learn to play the piano, because also for writing songs to have like an alternative to the guitar, you know. But I don't know if I will ever really do that. I don't know. Just to be honest, I don't know if I will ever just make time for doing that. So I think just in general, I don't think there's one specific thing that I'm like, oh, I definitely want to do that in the next album or whatever. It's more just kind of continuing to explore like my
Sure.
sound, because also my voice improved a lot during
Yes.
this whole process, you know, like I really like studied my own voice more, like with a vocal
Yes.
coach, and I
With
started
the writing of the album, you mean? The recording.
yeah, like
okay.
through the recording and afterwards. I mean, because for the past 2.5 years I've been playing live regularly as well, and so
Okay.
I wanted to get to a point where I really feel comfortable singing live.
Yes.
And so that's really been like a huge change since I like wrote these songs, you know. So
Yes.
that's a big part of it too, is like you were saying, getting used to different ways that I can sing,
Sure.
realizing what I'm capable of, because I was like, wow, I can actually belt, you know, and I never thought that I could, but that all
Sure.
came with training as well and getting to know my voice better.
But also because it used to come up with other idea, maybe also because maybe you explore yourself with another way of singing, so
Yeah.
you write a different way. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly right. That's why, like, What a Bitch, that's a song that came about halfway through the recording process,
Okay.
when I already realized,
how
like,
long did it take to record everything?
like a year.
A year. Okay.
A year, but you know, we weren't in the studio every single day because, you know, I was doing like my day job and stuff. So I
Yes.
was usually in the studio with Johnny like every weekend, let's say.
Okay.
So it took us like a year to record it.
So yeah, but, in an year you can also maybe change something about your approach, right?
Yes. Yes. So that was really cool. Like that's why I was saying, like, a song like "What a Bitch," I don't think would have come about at the beginning of the process. That's why it came about later, because I realized, oh yeah, like I can express myself in this kind of way, also vocally and everything. So yeah, it's great. I mean, I want to make a lot more music, but I just released one album and I need to get it out there as much as possible first, and try and build an audience, which is always the struggle for every unknown. The struggle of all the time, because even in the past time, maybe today we have a way to build the audience that is more aggressive. Yes.
Okay, but even in the during the Mozart era, even them they were great pianists, but there were someone there was about the grammatical.
There was someone.
Okay, thank you.
It's all good.
There was also someone that stayed there and said, okay, you're a good artist, I just give you the money, and they also needed to build the same kind of the audience. Okay,
it's a lot of like right place, right time, and I mean, I'm not speaking for Mozart because he's a genius, whatever, but no, but jokes aside, yeah, it's about, a lot of it is like being lucky, but also knowing how to like leverage social media, which is not easy.
You have also to build your luck, right?
Yeah. It's definitely a bit of luck and like right place, right time, but it's also like nowadays.
No, I meant sorry. You have also to build your luck.
Okay. Yes.
Your chance to be lucky.
Oh yes. Okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, exactly. You have to increase your chances.
Yes.
That's right. By using social media and exposing yourself as much as possible. And it's like nowadays you cannot just do music. You have to also be kind of like business savvy on like the business side of music. Social media. You have to do everything yourself.
Yeah. You have to become a businessman.
Everything.
The
social media manager, content creator. Like, that's not my generation, Okay. It's just not, but whatever. I'm also not going to complain about it because it's just how it is. And there's a lot of like, I mean, I use Instagram and TikTok and I enjoy them. They're fun. So I see the value in it. But it's hard.
It's something you appreciate also, or something that
I can. In moderation.
Okay.
TikTok is a little bit too much for me, to be honest. It's just too much content.
Yeah.
Even though I enjoy some of the videos are so funny and so creative.
I was speaking mostly about the approach of the modern artist, modern musician.
Okay.
Because I spoke to a lot of people, and I can tell you there is not a really common point, because there are some, of course. Mostly the opinion is, I just want to do my music. Yeah. I just want to make a TikTok. I don't want to make a...
That's kind of how I feel, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
It's just not my expertise too. I don't have the knowledge of creating good content online.
Of course. Yeah, and you have also to build this kind of knowledge, and it's something... Inutile, okay.
It's
utile or useful, but not so much useful. So for to make music, so that's the main point.
And it's easy to get lost in like this whirlwind of content that exists out there. Like, to stand out is so hard, and I think, of course, it's always been hard to like make it, whatever that means to you, to make it in some way in music. But like back, I don't know, I do miss the days of like CDs. I grew up in the 90s, I miss CDs and all of that. And now I think like there's positive, but it's also really hard to stand out.
Yeah, because also the attention span of everyone is at the minimum, right?
Also,
also like you said, also there were I mostly grew up with the MP3 player.
Okay, yeah.
So I bypassed.
I remember those.
But I had also a CD player when I was 5. So I started with that kind of music. Then I had to switch to MP3 player, so 200 songs and whatever on a really tiny device. But I could see that the difference between the generation and between the way to listen to the music. Let's say that, like, put it in that way, is that if you had the CD, you could listen to the whole album.
Yes.
During these days, listen to a whole album looks like Guantanamo to someone that they are in like some kind of torture, because they can't they can't keep the tension.
Yeah, I think unless it's an artist that they already know and love, like if an artist you know and love releases a new album, you're going to want to listen to it usually.
Yeah.
But for like a new artist, I think you're right. I think in general, most people will not necessarily want to hear, I suppose, the full album. You know, like you have that one song that will maybe go viral, or, you know.
Yes.
So it's a different approach, like you're saying.
Yeah,
It's a different
totally
approach.
Yeah.
But we have to adapt, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Fortunately and
yeah.
unfortunately, we have to adapt. And so, you know, I'm doing my best.
To declare war to all these social media.
You know, there's no point saying, oh, it sucks. I mean, either you want to do music and you have to do that as well, or just, or whatever, you know, you'll miss out on that opportunity anyway. So, yeah, I'm trying. It's a slow crawl. I mean, for me, I would also just really prefer to grow in like an organic way. Like now, you know, it's like someone sees me play live in a bar and they follow me on Instagram. And that I think is so cool, because it's someone that just decided to follow me based on just seeing me play live. And because they enjoyed it. And that I love. So it's a slow crawl, but
yes, but it's real, right?
It's real, exactly. And these are people that actually engage with what I do and that are interested. So I'd rather have that than have, like, I don't know, thousands of followers that maybe aren't as engaged, you know?
Yes.
But it takes time. It takes time anyway to grow.
Yeah. It's something that slow. I guess it's the way you used to say, slowly but surely.
Good one.
Oh,
very good. That's a very good one.
I know. So,
well, in Italian, it's similar, like chi va piano,
bassano
va lontano.
Thank you for the applause. Okay.
It's basically the Italian version of that expression.
Yes. It's also chi va sano va piano e va lontano. It's also the slower version of slowly but surely. So
Yeah. Because Italian is so much more wordy than English too.
Yeah,
so.
a lot. Yeah, sometimes I know I regret that, because in English you have something you can
it's
say.
Like
anything.
it's concise. English is very concise.
Yes.
Italian is very flowery, which is also nice. But
Maybe you got some point also musical. Okay, so it's more maybe if you listen to classic songwriters from Italy, like De André or Mango or Gabber. Maybe it's something really, really more poetic by hearing than other things that. Other songs that can be sung in English. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I agree.
But the way the approach, the impact of the English is something that I really imbibe from that kind of language.
Yeah. It's different. Like most of us are used to hearing music in English because that's just popular music is in English. So, like I meet a lot of other musicians in Rome who are Italian, but they say they prefer to sing in English because it's just what they're used to and what they're used to hearing, and they prefer how it sounds. And so that's I've never tried writing in Italian.
Okay, because I was about to ask you that, but never think about that.
I've never tried. I mean, Italian is my second language. You know, I don't think I could express myself in the same way.
Okay.
And it wouldn't feel as
home.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's mine as much. You know, it just feels different.
Yeah.
It just feels different. I've never tried. People ask me sometimes, because right now, obviously, I'm based in Rome at the moment.
Yes.
Currently, so sometimes people ask me, but I'm just like, I don't know if I even want to try. I just don't think it would be the same.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
The featuring, maybe also, no?
With what, sorry?
With a featuring, maybe with maybe a collaboration with another artist.
Oh yes. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, exactly. Or maybe I would try like singing a cover song in Italian.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that I could do, but I just don't. I mean, it's not my.
No, it's not your cup of tea, right?
Yeah, it just doesn't feel as authentic to me.
Yeah, your emotional cup of tea. Okay.
Exactly. Okay. It's not that I don't like it. I mean, I love Italian. It's a beautiful language, and Italian is still very much part of my identity. You know, I'm half Italian. My father's Italian. I've been speaking Italian since I was a child. So, you know, I love the language. It's just English is my native language. It's,
of course.
It's just how I express myself better. It's just that simple, really.
It's the best way to express yourself at the full potential, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
totally.
the main point.
Yeah.
You want to also to go through to the third video?
Yes,
right?
let's do it.
Okay. So we had another video, the last one of the episode, right? Okay. It's really short. Right?
Oh, that does not seem correct. It should be like 3.5 minutes at least.
Okay. The name of the video was
Pretty Thing.
Okay.
If there's an issue, we can also just listen.
No. But I guess we just picked the wrong video. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Vediamo un attimo. Aspettiamo nuove della regia. Ok, perfetto. Okay, meanwhile they are looking for the video.
Yeah.
And about the gigs you're doing, so
Yeah.
you used to play a lot also in Rome, right?
Yeah, I am playing a lot in Rome. Yeah, mostly in places like in the center of the city where we get a lot of like tourists and expats. And,
Okay.
you know, I have a really big repertoire of music now that I've built up, like over 70 cover songs
Okay.
that I sing.
Really huge
Yeah.
repertoire.
Yeah, I counted recently because I'm always adding new songs to my set, and now it's over 70. Obviously, when I play, I don't sing 70 songs. It's usually around like 30 or 40. But yeah, so I play a lot of cover songs from artists that I love. Depending on the place, I also like put in my own original songs too. And so I do a mixture of both. And that's how I'm trying to also improve my skills as a performer, put myself in different situations of singing live, and also building an audience, like I was saying before, connecting with people.
And between the songwriting and the live, okay, if let's make it like a game. If you have to let go one of these two things.
Ooh,
Yeah.
why? Why would I have to?
yeah, no.
Why would I have to? Oh gosh. I really love playing live. I
Okay.
really love playing live. Like I love connecting with people in that way, and watching people have fun is so satisfying. I really like writing too, though. Can I just plead the fifth? Can I just not answer?
Okay, yeah, we can also ask from home. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Can I call a friend?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. What do you prefer mostly? Okay, something the approach with the people, or your way of song, your way.
Maybe I would slightly choose songwriting simply
Okay.
because those are that's how I express myself. And like we were saying, connection before.
Yes.
Like connect with people. So maybe I would slightly veer towards that. But I really like singing live. I have so much fun with that. I really like singing live. So yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. So maybe you can write song during the live performance.
Maybe.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe, exactly.
We
yeah.
solved the question in a perfect way.
It's a tough question that you asked me.
Yeah, but because it's something that I see there are different point of view, like the social question, right?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of artists. Mostly coming from the pandemic, okay?
Yes, yeah.
Because a lot of artists were born during the pandemic, and they were used to only write music in their home, and they were happy like that.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Okay, and so there are a lot of people that maybe prefer the songwriting, the production phase. Of course, as a producer, I prefer the studio, okay?
Yeah, I get it.
But I can see that there are also a lot of artists that maybe do few lives, something that I don't really agree to, because artists need to be, as you said, in contact with everyone,
Yeah.
okay, with all the audience, or they don't ever exist right in the world, okay? If you don't go live and you don't put yourself in a way to approach to the other people.
Yeah.
Even just to see, okay, my work, my song does work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. It's like real-time feedback, you see
Yes.
how people react.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you think oh, maybe I should do that differently next time. Or even when I sing cover songs, it's the same. It's like, okay, maybe this doesn't really work, or oh, people are really enjoying this. So I think that's why it's important to play live, because you get feedback like right before your eyes. Like people do not lie, you know. You can see if people are enjoying it or if they're not, or
they can lie even if they really enjoy, or if they really don't.
Yeah, like someone's face doesn't lie, especially in like a bar late at night. You know, you kind of, you can see what's happening. And but I really love it. It's so much fun. It's just that's like the entertaining aspect of music. Like I also like to entertain. Songwriting is more like the introspection, the connection, the expression, and for me, like playing live is more like entertaining and still connecting, of course. But I do like to entertain people with that, you know. Yeah. So. Yeah.
It's one of the goal of being an artist, also.
Yeah, of course, and that's it's another very important aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's like make people have a good time when they're watching you.
Totally. Yeah. Absolutely.
You know?
Yes.
There might be an issue.
Di me?
Forse c'è. No.
Oh. Non va? Groover reaction. Okay, so we make a little break with a groover reaction. Okay, as I said before, this is a little game we play also with the guest. Okay, and so for anyone who is now connecting also to the show, the Groover is a platform that makes press. Of course, we are talking about the site, right?
Yes, I do.
And so we make the blind reaction with the guest, and of course also me because I didn't listen to. Because I didn't listen to the song before, so we want to also we just will give feedback to them and see what we think about.
Sure, that sounds fun.
So it's a little game. Also, we put a vote on a scale out of 1 out of 10.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, so let's go. So we got Gerina, I don't know, with Arrepentido. And in a perfect video, like a Kill Bill style.
Yeah, it actually is. That's right.
Yeah.
It looks very Kill Bill. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, this kind of symmetry between black and white.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
We are really enjoy. Let's go.
Me dijiste que no volverías, que no fue mi culpa y lo sentías, y que todo se acabó. Atrapada en una pesadilla, en un mundo donde nada brilla, no fue fácil ver el sol. Yo fui la que más quiso entre los dos, que aquí sufre el adiós. Y ahora vuelves y me dices que en las noches tienes frío, que me extrañas, que ya nada es como cuando estás conmigo, que la vida se dio vuelta y ya no le ves sentido, que fuiste un canalla y que estás arrepentido. Tú me diste donde más dolía y ahora vienes a sanar la herida, pero hoy te digo no. Resultaste uno más de esos. Vuelas libre pero sigues preso, sin rumbo y dirección. Yo fui la que más quiso entre los dos, que aquí sufre el adiós. Y ahora vuelves y me dices que en las noches tienes frío, que me extrañas, que ya nada es como cuando estás conmigo, que la vida se dio vuelta y ya no le ves sentido, que fuiste un canalla y que estás arrepentido. Si me dejaste confieso lo que siento, te di mi todo, no dejaste nada dentro. Fuiste mi agua, mi alimento, cada beso que te daba te quedabas con mi aliento, con mi tiempo. Todo se quedó en palabras ni el intento, y ahora quedan sentimientos y momentos que no encuentro. Yo también me arrepiento. y ahora vuelves y me dices que en las noches tienes frío, que me extrañas, que ya nada es como cuando estás conmigo, que la vida se dio vuelta y ya no le ves sentido, que fuiste un canalla y que estás arrepentido.
Oh, okay. No one can see my eyes over here. I got a secret identity to preserve myself. Okay, so we listened to the song and a Spanish, really a Spanish
Yes,
song.
very much, very much.
Okay, what do you think about it?
I thought it was very fun. I liked the kind of guitar sound. Yeah, it was very fun. I think like a good summer song. You know, summer's coming up soon. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very like easy to listen to.
Yeah.
And it had a nice vibe.
With this kind of flamenco side,
Yeah.
everything. I guess also this is Spain because also in the desert of Spain.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, can we ask where the artist is from? So just to be sure. Also, the video is really simple. You know, I appreciate a lot the video. This kind of simple video. Okay?
Yeah.
Because you don't have maybe a lot of budget to make whatever. This kind of change location totally. No, okay. Total change location between 2 or 3 location, but you just use a good idea. And you la spremi, okay?
You like squeeze it out.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
squeeze. Yeah, okay. United States.
Oh, okay, interesting. Well, yeah, that could be. There's a lot of desert. Interesting.
Yeah, indeed, because also the style is not really, I guess, from United States.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I think it's a very fun song, and I think like, I like this scene with the wild horses running. Actually.
Oh, okay. Wait.
But yeah, and
No,
I
that's
agree
not
with what
it.
you're saying about simple. Well, they have a whole choreography too.
Yes.
So to be fair, like that can't have been too easy.
No,
They
yeah,
put a lot
indeed.
of work into it.
Yeah, indeed, because you have
costumes
like
are cool.
the costumes are really cool. Also, the makeup also really well refined, and also by even by arranging this kind of choreography. I know it's not something so simple because you have to also focus on like 4 minutes of
Oh
song.
my gosh, I couldn't even. The thought of doing a choreography is like terrifying. No.
Do you want also to maybe look forward to other way to express yourself as an artist? You know, maybe make something also related also maybe to music, like
Maybe.
being the choreography of your own video, right?
Yeah, I haven't. I honestly, I have not thought about it.
Okay.
I really haven't thought about it. Dancing is not really my thing. I mean, like dancing, just like dancing, whatever, freestyle, sure, but like in a choreographed way,
Okay.
not my comfort zone at all. So I wouldn't really choose that necessarily. Maybe let me just focus on like writing and playing music.
Okay, mostly on that. Yes.
Please, yeah, at least for now.
Because you know when you also try when you're also totally established with the music side, there are a lot of artists that maybe put themselves on other stuff always related to the artistic career. Okay, so
Yeah.
not like you just change totally the way to you express yourself.
Yeah.
So you make video and film. Okay, beside music, but they used to also have a focus, a way also to control the way they express themselves. Because there are a lot of artists I know that they make also the video by themselves. Because they want this kind.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. Yeah. I mean, I like to rely also on the expertise of other people who know what they're doing in those fields.
Yes.
You know, way more than I do. But yeah, no, I let's say my only real creative outlet thus far is music, like singing, writing, playing guitar.
Yeah, this will always be the main focus.
Yeah.
Indeed. And also, speaking about the music, we want to listen also to the third song.
Yes, the last song. Yeah.
Okay, the last song, because we unluckily we don't have the video, and but we are going to listen to it from Spotify. So we want also to remember, You and Me is the album is already out, so you can go to listen to Cristina Colombo over here, or we see also Gianni over.
Yep. There he is.
There it is. Yeah,
That's a little clip from the studio.
from the studio session, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, let's go to listen to Pretty Thing, the 6th. Yes. Let's go. Have a good listen.
Something tells me you are used to having the attention on you. And I must admit that I have been complicit too. 'Cause your eyes search mine and I indulge, I take it as a clue. But the question is, what are you trying to do? Some say that pretty things were made to be seen. Are you trying to be seen? You know you're a pretty thing and you wanna be seen. Is that all this has been? Pretty things were made to be seen. I'm a dreamer, I'm so patient, it's obscene. Till it hits me like a train at full steam. You're just a pretty thing who needs to be seen. Here we go again. It's 3 a.m. and we're side by side. Tunnel vision, there's not 1 ounce left of my pride. Small talking's fine. You're staying close. My time I'll bide. But who took who along for this slow motion endless ride? Pretty things were made to be seen. I'm a dreamer, I'm so patient, it's obscene. Till it hits me like a train at full steam. You're just a pretty thing who needs to be seen. Pretty things were made to be seen. And frankly, you are better in my dreams. Pretty things will always be seen. So you won't need me for the attention you seek. Pretty things were made to be seen. I'm a dreamer, I'm so patient, it's obscene. Till it hits me like a train at full steam. You're just a pretty thing who needs to be seen. Pretty things were made to be seen. Yeah, I'm a dreamer, I'm so patient, it's obscene. Till it hits me like a train at full steam. You're just a pretty thing who needs to be seen.
That is
Really,
pretty
really,
thing.
really nice.
That is pretty thing. Yeah. You like it?
Yeah, as I said off camera, one of my most favorite of all the song I listened to during this evening. Because,
love it.
You know, I could feel a way also to different kind of writing. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Sweeter. Okay. Also in some points.
Yeah. Yeah.
About and I'm not only speaking about the way. What you wrote and the way you sang, but also on the choose of the notes all around.
Yeah.
So everything really Confezionato bene, okay.
It's packaged well. I think is what you're saying. Yeah. Thank you. I love this song. Like, this is one of my favorites. I really love this song.
What's the story behind?
Oh, sorry, I just kicked the water bottle. So this song basically. Yeah, what you're saying about it being sweet is funny, because I definitely think it has this kind of very romantic, girlish feeling to it. It's kind of, I'm kind of like fantasizing a little bit about a situation. It's about a romantic situation, of course. But I'm also making fun of this person. Like, it's a very playful song. It's not a song that takes itself too seriously. It's the story about me and this person, and it's kind of the hope and the disappointment and the delusion that comes with romance. It goes up and down until you eventually realize maybe that something is not what you thought it was. But I'm also making fun of a certain type of person. Like a pretty thing. So someone who knows that they have a certain effect on other people. Like, you're just a pretty thing who needs to be seen.
So it's one of the sweetest concept I ever heard.
Yeah, so it's nice. I'm complimenting the person, but I'm kind of also like making fun of them a bit.
But
because I'm saying, like, that's all you are.
Okay.
You're just a pretty thing who needs to be seen.
Because intendevo che fosse un bel modo di scherzare, a good way to joke with it.
I mean, I'm complimenting them as well, so
yeah, but in a strategic way.
But in like I'm poking fun. Obviously it's someone who I view it in a certain way, so like you say, there is kind of this sweetness as well, because I'm caught up in this situation. So and I think that it's the sound of this song is very like early 2000s, even more than all the others. I don't know if you agree.
So something that I really appreciate too, because I come from that kind of music. That's mostly what I listened to when I was a child. So. And this is another good point about the album, because it's another way, another part of this kind of rock music, pop rock music that has been really, really important. So another inside you had to explore.
Yeah.
And as you were saying off camera, is also one of your most favorite of the album, right?
Yeah. This song for sure. I just really like this song because it's a very personal situation, but I like how I was able to make it into this kind of light-hearted but also like relatable story. I think it's quite relatable. I think we all get caught up in the hope and disappointment of romance. So
I can listen to some bitterness in your words.
There is. There is bitterness in this song. There's all of it, but I like the final product a lot. I like the final product a lot. I like that it has like sonically it's energetic. It's
a lot, because it ha un bel movimento.
It has a lot of movement. I love the guitars. I love the riff at the beginning, that like that they put in. I love it. So I do really enjoy this song. So hopefully other people will enjoy it too. I mean, that's important to me.
I hope so, because everything I listen to during this evening is really song. No, I don't know if it's in Italy we use to say FUD. Okay.
A son of.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's a correct way to say it in English.
Well, what's the rest of the sentence?
Of course,
that might help.
What can we say? I can see. I can see there has been a lot of good work behind.
Right.
All the
Thank you so much.
It really big, because starting from, as you said, there has been a really good work behind the production and behind the studio session and the recording. But without a good song from the start, you can do a good job.
Yeah.
there. So I can. This is what comes mostly to me because I can hear their. I can hear what, like you said at the start of the interview, that there were a lot going through you. And
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
to be expressed.
Yeah, there was a lot to say. Yes, yes, absolutely. It just kind of all like just came out.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of the final result, and the work starts now, really, with the album being released.
Yes.
The work really starts now. So thank you so much for letting me come here and talk about it, because
Really a pleasure.
I love any opportunity to talk about music and to just like share the story of my music. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having
thanks
me.
to you, because it has been a really nice interview, and
I've enjoyed it.
also I loved a lot. I loved a lot the way also you put yourself, because I can feel that the music is really something natural to you. It's like talking about anything at the bar, but to you is the music.
Thank you.
Right? Because
Yeah,
it comes in a really good way. Okay.
Thanks. That's really nice to hear.
Yeah, it's just the truth. Last question before we say hi. What's up on the future? So, what are your future program? Do you got any gigs you're organizing?
Yeah, so I'm going to continue to play gigs locally here where I am now. I'm planning some more, let's say, bigger gigs for later on this year. So you have to just stay tuned and follow me.
Okay, as usual, so you can see the Instagram page over here. You can go follow Cristina Colombo Music. So also, and on the Instagram page, you can go through the link on Spotify and listen to the whole album. So something that again is really important. Ok, always Spotify. Chiudi Spotify sempre gas, please. L'applicazione. Thank you. Grazie. Again. Really a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
I
It was
hope
my
to have you
pleasure.
also on maybe lately during this year, maybe to have a performance.
Yeah,
live.
I would love that.
Would be really awesome. So
Thank you so much.
thank you again.
And I'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah. So here from Vibe City, that's all. I have like a closing speech from in Italian. I'll
Okay.
try to translate it in English, maybe.
Give it a try.
Okay, I'll try. Okay, the night has come over here in Night City and has passed, because the dawn is coming up. The sun is rising, and all the producer, all the musician is going to sleep. We can see the neon going off and all the light going off. Okay, it looks a little bit nice. Okay, better than I expected. And
Okay.
and so here, me, Blue Square, and Cristina, we want to say hi to you and.
We want to say bye.
We want to say bye.
We don't want to say hi anymore.
Okay. No,
Yeah, we said
because it's
hi
the
a while
opposite.
ago. We're saying bye.